A lot of times, so we have the concept of sameness and we have the concept of differentiation. We have concepts of self and non-self, and these discussions can get pretty intense when people are grasping at self, grasping at goals and desires. And I was just thinking about all of the people that said that they never heard the Dharma from me. That and I think about the insistence in their voices, in their utterances, when they're saying that, um, yeah, the insistence that they're saying when they're saying that they never heard the Dharma from me. It means that they did hear it and they did absorb it, because they are refusing to accept that they heard things from me that influenced what they said, to the point that um, that they feel that it would be bad if they had heard it and continued to do what they are doing. So they're being very insistent to say that they never heard that from me, that that's not what was happening. But we were both focused on different things. When I was alone in the presence of these men, I was thinking anything could happen, and this could be the last time I have to expound the Dharma. And they were thinking about whatever they were thinking about and doing whatever they were doing. And when they come out of there, I can tell that they are influenced by what I said, much more than they would ever be influenced by the things that they were doing with me and anybody else. And where I don't see that I put any mark on them in any other way, I see that I put a mark on them that way. So that being the case, there are a lot of people out there that are trying to say that they want to be the same as other groups, that they want to be treated the same as other groups, that they want to be held to the same standard as other groups, that they want to have the same responsibilities as another group. No, what they're saying is they want the same possessions and privileges of another group. Isn't that what they're saying? Does anybody want to be, do they want the same consequences as another group? No. They want the same privileges. The Tibetans have an idiom they call half and half. That you want the half, heads I win, tails you lose, kind of thing, is half and half. They want the privileges, they want the rewards. They don't want to have expended the effort. They don't want to have the responsibilities, and they don't want the consequences. And I think both are the most problematic groups around here. And my gramps used to say, did I ever tell you about the time I used to fight the cowboys and the Indians? Well, I fight the blacks and whites. That, they think everything here is you're either black or you're white. And I say, no, I'm not. And I have to fight both of them on that over and over again. Some people saying that they see a white person or they don't see a white person, and I don't know, because it's like this thing all the time around here. I wonder sometimes about what happens at night around here when I have to stay up all night with people that are trying to make money in my yard. And I've got it posted, if you weren't invited, you aren't welcome. So it doesn't matter if you see somebody else there, you can't just join in. And I put that there when they decided that if you rape a sleeping woman, it's not rape, it's sexual assault if you're found out. And they don't pursue sexual assault because it sounds like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. It's just assault. It's not rape. So I put those signs up there just in case somebody walked in, left the door open. It doesn't mean that everybody following behind can join in or whatever. whatever you saw happening. If I invite one person in for whatever reason, it doesn't mean I've invited the entire world in. Because sometimes they say that. Well, everybody else was walking in there, and that's a lie. Usually a lie. And but sometimes people post these at public events or at private events in which a lot of people have been invited, so that people don't think that they're public events. So anyway, when I was dead, they were telling me that you can visit punishment on people are protected by means of their possessions, that there is a progression at which when they do bad, some of their possessions and assets become unprotected. And if you could find those, then you can, without harm to oneself, without harm that seems real, you can inflict a punishment on people. And sometimes they're already being punished with ignorance of their own welfare. So it doesn't seem like you're having any impact on them. But it's like the house that suddenly collapses after it's been secretly devoured by termites for 20 years.